Good morning. Before we begin our worship service today, there are a few announcements. Sarah, can you please come forward with one of them?
Good morning. I know you don't normally see me out from behind the camera. My name is Sarah. I have two sons, one who just finished at Wagner Middle School and the other who's got another 2 years to go. And on August 13th, we are going to be having a school supply drive and blessing of the backpacks. This is not going to be a Sunday morning event. This is going to be a Saturday evening event. And the hope is to gather enough supplies for 20 stocked backpacks to be donated to George Wagner Middle School. George Wagner was one of our founding members, and so this has a special place in our heart. And we would like to make this an open family event. Tell your friends, bring them, and bring some school supplies. And we will try to get these backpacks packed up and ready for the first day of school. We're going to give them to the counselors who will know where the need is. And if you'd like to join us, please keep an eye on your email. We're going to have probably some pizza. We're going to have games. We're going to make a real fun time of it.
After the service today, Keith, Hutchison, Karina, and I will be coordinating a new to UU class. Don't let the title fool you. Even if you are not new to UU and you want to come, you are welcome. And a special personal announcement, my aunt is here all the way from Florida. Please stand up. Everyone say, "Hi, Jenny." And in August, we will be doing the Unworship August services. This does not mean we will not be meeting. We will still be meeting here at 10:30. We will just have breakout sessions of small groups so that I can hear from you and we can build and dream together. Let us now begin.
Good morning and welcome. Welcome to San Gabriel Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. Now, whether you're here in the sanctuary or watching us from home, we're here for you too. We're glad you're here. I'm Woody Hibbard, and I'm serving, of course, today as your lay leader, but some of you may know that I'm also your vice president, your board's vice president this year. Pam and I joined the fellowship in February of 2020, which makes us among the newer members of the fellowship. And I think some people may be thinking to themselves, wait a minute. You know, what's a 2-year rookie doing as vice president of our board? And that's a fair question. I don't have an answer, but it's a fair question. But I can say that I've been in situations like this many times before. And when I am, what I usually do is learn from the good people around me that do know what they're doing. And all you need to do is take a look at the board this year to know that with their help and some help from Karina and with Reverend Jami at the helm, I'm in for a quality education. Oh, and I might also add that Molly Hornbuckle, our president, is not here with us today, but before she left, she made sure she had her team harnessed up and ready to go to work for you. So she'll be back in a couple of weeks and we will begin. Oh, and if anyone feels I need further vetting, I'll be happy to talk to you after the service. San Gabriel is a member congregation of the Unitarian Universalist Association. If you'd like to know more about us, you can visit our website, sign up for the newsletter. But please know that whoever you are, wherever you're from, whomever you love, and wherever you are on life's journey, you're welcome here. Okay, let's greet the day in song. Please rise in body or spirit. Our pianist today is Jean Olson, and she will lead us in the hymn, Come and Go With Me, which, there we go, it's on the screen. If you'd like to follow the notation, it's number 1018 in your teal hymnal. Thank you, Gene. And thank you, Ian. All right. We light our chalice, the symbol of our faith, with these words. We light this chalice to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. We're a church of open minds, we're a church of loving hearts, and we are a church of helping hands.
At this hour, in small towns and big cities, in single rooms and ornate sanctuaries, many of our sibling Unitarian Universalist congregations are also gathering for worship and services today. As we let go of our worries, anxiety, and to-do lists this morning, let us remember that we are part of a great community of faith. May this community inspire us to fill our lives with the Unitarian Universalist ideals of love, justice, and truth, and have our hearts broken open time and again with this love so that our spirits are set free.
Our affirmation is an expression of our covenant with one another. Please read these words after me, projected on the screen. The doctrine of this church is love. The quest of truth is its sacrament. Service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity and fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow in harmony with the divine. Thus we do covenant with one another.
Wonderbox stuff? It's time for Wonderbox. What do you guys think is inside?
A deck of cards.
You're my mom. I don't understand how that works. Rocks, a deck of cards, cell phone. Oh. I couldn't. All right, let's just look. Goggles. Yes, goggles. Let's see how this works with our story.
Jabari Jumps by Gaia Carnwall, published by Candlewick Press. I'm jumping off the diving board today, Jabari told his dad. Really? Said his dad. The diving board was high and maybe a little scary, but Jabari had finished his swimming lessons and passed his swim test, and now he was ready to jump. I'm a great jumper, said Jabari, so I'm not scared at all. Jabari watched the other kids climb the long ladder. They walked all the way out to the end of the board, as big as tiny bugs. Then they stood on the edge. They spread their arms and bent their knees and sprang up, 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 and then dove down, down, down. Splash! Looks easy, Jabari said. But when his dad squeezed his hand, Jabari squeezed back. Jabari stood at the bottom of the ladder. He looked up. You can go before me if you want, he told the kid behind him. I need to think about what kind of special jump I'm going to do. Jabari thought and thought. Jabari started to climb, up and up. This ladder is very tall, he thought. Are you okay? Called his dad. I'm just a little tired, said Jabari. Maybe you should climb down and take a tiny rest, said his dad. A tiny rest sounded like a good idea. He got to the bottom. Jabari remembered something. I forgot to do my stretches, he said to his dad. Stretching is very important, said his dad. I think tomorrow might be a better day for jumping, Jabari said. They looked up at the diving board together. It's okay to feel a little scared, said his dad. Sometimes if I feel a little scared, I take a deep breath and tell myself, I'm ready. And you know what? Sometimes it stops feeling scary and feels a little like a surprise. Jabari loved surprises. Jabari took a deep breath and felt it fill his body from the ends of his hair right down to the tips of his toes. Jabari looked up. He began to climb, up and up and up and up, until he got to the top. Jabari stood up straight. He walked all the way to the end of the board. His toes curled around the rough edge. Jabari looked out as far as he could see. He felt like he was ready. I love surprises, he whispered. He took a deep breath and spread his arms and bent his knees. Then he sprang up off the board, flying. Jabari hit the water with a splash. Down, down, down he went, and then back up. Whoosh. "Jabari, you did it," said his dad. "I did it," said Jabari. "I'm a great jumper. And you know what?" "What?" said his dad. Surprise double backflip is next. The end.
I never jumped off a diving board before, but scary things can be the most fun things you do. Like he did it a bunch of more times on it, but it was fun. I was scared to go on a roller coaster, but my mom encouraged me by cheering me on. Now when I go to that amusement park, I ride the roller coaster all the time. Being brave by trying scary things helps you have fun and inspire other people to be brave too. Being brave is how we help one another.
Thank you, Ian. Last week, we had in our traffic light sermon our red light, where we wrote down the ways that we like to rest, and they're becoming part of a big traffic light we have in the back. And so today, I'm going to pass out some green circles for you to write down a time when you were brave, a time that you felt good, an accomplishment that you had that made you proud. So I will pass these out. There are pens in the pockets in front of you often. There might not be one, but I hope you have something near you to write with, and I'll pass these out. And I forgot to mention, I'll be at the back and with Mr. Spoon, one of our RE teachers. And if you would like to do some crafting with me at the back table, we can do that together, or you can stay where you're at. Sorry.
Last week, I spoke about our San Gabriel red lights. We are going to practice the pause, slow down, give ourselves permission to feel all of our feelings, and think about all of our thoughts. We are inviting ourselves to deeper relationship in the hopes of achieving a clarity of purpose and a deep peace within our community. COVID has already taught us many lessons about how precious life is, and in some cases, realigned our values and priorities. We are pausing in August so that we will give each other the gift of hearing ourselves and one another. This red light will show us how to loosen our grip on what was, what no longer works for us, and what we want to change. This red light also restores our creativity so that we can make space for what can be. The work of letting go is hard. It might even feel wrong. You may experience this letting go as grief, anxiety, or pain. We pause to allow room for the struggle. We pause to focus on supporting one another. We pause to give the process of letting go the time, space, and attention it needs. Recently, our board president, Molly, and I practiced the pause, and we went to go see the movie Top Gun: Maverick together. Trying to practice our own advice of fellowship and joy inside of the work we do, we decided to actually do this thing of bonding time together to create more trust between us, which will be vital to our spiritual leadership journey together in the next year. Typical of his character, Maverick dares to achieve big. The mission seemed too difficult at first for anyone to accomplish without dying, and hopefully without giving away too many spoilers. There is the scene in the movie, which is my favorite. It's where the team is outside playing football together on a beach. Constantly a pain to his superiors, his boss asks him, why aren't they in the classroom working on the mission? Maverick smirks and just says to the leader, you said build a team. Here is the team. And this is what the board is doing, building a team. And this is what I am doing with our congregation, building a team. And this is the work you are doing beyond these walls. We are going to continue to create teams and partnerships in the larger UUA and with others who will help us live out our Unitarian Universalist values and mission of St. Gabriel. We aren't just sitting around playing football on the beach or having a party every Sunday or not doing the work of the church, because this is the work of the church. Building the team, rest, renewal, finding different ways to see each other, letting go of who we once were to find ourselves again. This is the new team. This is the new day. Let's take a deep breath, a deep cleansing breath, and exhale. For the joys shared, we join together in celebration. For the sorrows and concerns, we feel empathy and compassion. For all that remains unspoken, may the caring of the community offer a space of deep kindness and care. I invite you to now join me in the metta meditation, or the Buddhist meditation. I will ring the bell at the end to signal the end, but first, if you just repeat after me. First, think of yourselves. Repeat this line. May I be happy. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be healthy. May I be filled with love. May I be filled with love. May you be happy. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be healthy. May you be filled with love. Next, think of someone you've had trouble with. May they be happy. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they be healthy. May they be filled with love. May they be filled with love. Lastly, think of the whole world. May we be happy. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be healthy. May we be filled with love. So last week was about red lights. You might be saying, Rev J, I'm really tired of hearing about traffic lights. That's fair. I have explained this over and over again until I'm literally red lighted in the face. This sermon is called Green Lights, so I'm going to keep talking about lights, so please bear with me. Research shows that evidence of bodily connection when joy is present is obvious. Singing together does a beautiful thing in the human body. Heartbeats will match when two or more persons sing the same song together. And musicians playing a riff in conjunction have been observed in having the same parts of their brains light up. These experiences of unison create a connectivity that runs through all things. And this connectivity is needed for our very survival. During the pause, we are building these connections. We are building trust through time spent with one another, learning ourselves and our community anew. The inevitable result of this will be the cultivation of joy. As our president, Reverend Dr. Susan Frederick Grace, said in her president's report at General Assembly this year, joy is necessary to our work because it reminds us of what we are looking for. We are here to remind each other of what we are here to work for, of why we exist, so that we can be the church that Unitarian Universalism calls us to be, so that we can build beloved community in Georgetown and beyond, so that we can change the landscape of Texas itself. Here are the things you can expect after the pause, when our green lights appear. First, things will never be the same. We are not the same. A lot has happened, just as this moment today, with these gathered people here and those gathered online, this moment will never be ever again. Because the next time we gather, we will all be different. The world will be different. We can't hold on to the way it was. Embracing joy means embracing what was and what might be. It means embracing the future even though we have yet to build it. We aren't going back. The San Gabriel Fellowship you knew is gone. And tomorrow it will be gone again and again and again. And I can't wait to see what's there instead. Second, even in grief and change, we learn. Practicing the pause allows us the time and creativity to learn who we are, who we might be, again and again. We will take everything we've learned about what we did right and the mistakes we made, and we will mold it all into a great possibility. In this possibility, we will find our way. And finally, third, we will pause as many times as we have to. The old saying goes, the only thing that is constant is change. There are more rough seas ahead and more blue skies as well. And every time we will get better and better at pausing, leaning into one another, resting, gathering our resources, and beginning again. From red light to green light and back again as the game goes, so do we. With joy as our green lights, we have another chalice to guide us into the future. Whether it is flying an impossible mission, diving off a diving board like in the story Karina shared with us today, riding on a roller coaster like in the story Ian shared with us today, or taking on the hard work of saying yes to our wildest dreams, it is always worth it in the end. Amen and blessed be. Our final hymn is a video, Woyaya. Please feel free to follow along. It's 10:20 in the hymnal if y'all would like to follow along.
kind of thing blows me away. Isn't technology great? Okay, each week we take an offering to sustain our space that we call home and support the work of the fellowship. Your offering will now be gratefully received, and please know that whatever you give will come back at you in the way of good works from the fellowship. Thank you, Gene. Okay. Our chalices. We close our sacred time together when we extinguish our chalice. Please hear these words. As we leave this friendly place, love give light to every face. May the kindness which we learn light our hearts till we return.